Hi Fam Bam, happy Freedom Friday. Today I'm going to talk to you about 7 time wasters, how to replace or get rid of them. I also want to announce our 100K winners. So I want to thank you all for participating. If you did participate, all of you are getting a little special something because I believe everyone's a winner. I do want to announce our first, second, and third place winner. First place is Savannah Roberts. Second place is Evelyn Ruiz, and third place is Keziah Major. If I mispronounced any of your names, I apologize, but if that's you, make sure you check your inbox right away, reply to the announcement email with your Facebook profile and your shipping address. You guys have also gotten an exclusive sneak peek to the next giveaway. Hooray! So stick around, I will be announcing that soon. So moving on to today's topic, I want to talk about the 7 time wasters and how to get rid of them or replace them. I do want to say in the beginning, it doesn't mean that any of these things shouldn't be done. I still do some of these things intentionally, but my goal is to be able to identify when doing these things don't serve or add value, or we're just doing it to kill and waste time. And we don't want to do that. Time is our most precious asset. We can never get back time and we can never make more. So number 1 on my list is social media. I did say it, social media is number 1 on my list. I do love social media, but we all know that social media can be a space where people sort of forget about real life and then they use it to embellish their ego or accumulate some sort of sense of self-worth because they have so many likes or so many followers. And it could leave us with a distorted perception of ourselves and our interactions with life because we're only really interacting with the computer. I like to combat this with using social media very intentionally, using it as a value-driven platform to share meaningful information, to connect with people globally, and to unite my community here locally so that we can plan get-togethers and events that we can actually come together and share meaningful space with. It's also a great place to stay connected with people who are meaningful to you, but not within close distances in your life. So number 2, I have TVs and movies. This is one of my favorite things to do on my free time, but it's very deliberate and intentional, and I usually give it to myself as a treat when I've had a very long, productive day. Aside from that, it's really easy to want to sit around, do nothing, and be entertained with this. So I try to replace it with things like documentaries or talks like TED Talk, things that are going to add value or knowledge to myself, because I still get to sit and watch something. It's still entertaining, but it's actually building and growing my knowledge base, and it's exercising my brain. Oftentimes when I deliberately watch movies or TV shows for entertainment, I'm also preoccupying myself with something productive like folding laundry, stretching, or doing a workout. So I'm not just sitting around killing time. The next thing on my list are phone game apps, and this is separate from video games because it's so easy to download these things. A lot of them are free and they're really good. I am one who can definitely get sucked into Candy Crush, Heyday, Home Design, and I can spend a lot of time doing it. So what I've done is I've replaced them on my phone with games like Luminosity, FitBrain, even things like Duolingo and Rosetta Stone. For me, they do a similar thing. I'm able to click and entertain myself in short spaces during the day, but I'm also learning something or exercising my brain. I said video games are separate, the type that's in a console that you play on TV, because the way that I've replaced this is completely different than the game apps on my phone. I like to replace it with real life skill building experiences. So an example of this is one of the games that we really like to play was Link's Crossbow, and it's like where you shoot the arrow and shoot the targets, and it's just a fun thing to do. But when I realized that I was spending way too much time doing this and I didn't want to do anything with my free time except be in front of the television with that console, I replaced it with a real recurve bow. And I learned how to shoot real bows and arrows, and it was so much fun. So it's fun to be able to learn the same skill, but rather than a push of the button, you're actually building the skill with your own body, and it makes you feel alive. It's so amazing, and it's so much more fun than doing it on a TV screen. Number 5 is shopping. shopping in real life or shopping on the internet. I love them both. It's a really easy thing to want to do, but I can also spend a lot of time doing this. And one of the ways that I have gone around it was by creating wish lists, because I read somewhere, not sure how true it is, but I read that if you window shop, it actually helps you be happier. And it seems to be true in my experience, but it's the act of buying something, losing that novelty, buyer's remorse, decision fatigue that ends up making us unhappy and broke. So what I started doing was creating these wish lists, and I noticed that several months later, I just wouldn't care anymore. I would start deleting stuff off and then replacing them. Eventually, I realized that I didn't care to shop as much and replaced it with researching things of interest or things that I felt like added value. So a lot of times when I have a question, you know, it's a millennial thing. We whip out our phone, ask Siri, ask Google, get that information. But to dig kind of deeper, develops this experience of accumulating knowledge or information rather than accumulating stuff. And I've personally found it super valuable to my time and experience. I also like to replace it with time that I take to declutter. So rather than looking for things to accumulate and put into my life, I like to reassess, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, my time, my health, what I can remove or replace to add value. And that really fulfills that impulsive habit to want to shop for myself. The next thing on my list is chatting via IM, text, or phone. I think we talked about this in another Freedom Friday video. It's really easy to say, I don't know what to do, who can I call, or who can I chat with, and you get sucked in kind of doing this or talking on the phone. And I don't think that, you know, conversations are a bad thing. I definitely do a lot of text chat, especially with clients or trying to meet with friends. I don't talk on the phone very much. I usually use FaceTime for people like my grandparents or my mom who are far away from me. What I do prefer doing is taking the time to ask the people who I would want to chat with, when's a good time for us to get together so we can catch up. And to sit and have coffee or to sit and have lunch is so fulfilling. You create really authentic, real life connectivity. Because no matter what, all this technology, it can't replace being face to face with a person, feeling the energy in the room, and really connecting with real eye contact towards one another. So it adds so much value to me to connect with those people in my life, to take the time and energy and money to fly out and see the people who are meaningful to me, or send them something that's meaningful, have meaningful conversations, and save a lot of time and energy to direct it towards that. Last on my list, and I saved this as last because it is the most major time waster in my opinion. It's something that we can get rid of or replace right now, and that is negativity. So I'm not talking about how we're human and something happens and negativity suddenly arises. That's normal. We all experience that. But at that point, we have a decision as to whether or not we want to feed that story of negativity, resist it, judge it, try to change it. All those things generate more negativity. And in my experience, it wastes a lot of time and energy, like so much time and energy, and it feels horrible. So one of the things that I realized was just letting it be there and kind of continuing on with my life, and it just sort of disappears. Acceptance comes over, and it also really helps to use anchoring techniques, to practice the attitude of gratitude, to find something that I enjoy, to get space, to allow it to be, and to avoid building upon that story. Sometimes it's necessary to sort of remove yourself from life, or to plunge deeper so that you can enjoy and really feel the truth of life that exists. It just depends on what adds value to you at that moment. And it's also why I'm so gung-ho about the 30 days of gratitude that I keep telling you guys to download. Let me know if you downloaded it in the comments below. It's absolutely free, but it's life-changing. And it's something that I want to do with you guys on like maybe an Instagram challenge or something here in the near future. So if that sounds cool, let me know in the comments below also. Negativity is something that is going to exist in each and every one of our lives at some point or another. And it might seem easy or like you're saving time to not worry about it or to just flow with it when it comes, but it really depletes us of tremendous value. So taking the time to build resilience, acceptance, understanding, and tools and perspectives that can help us move smoothly through these negative instances, through these emotional challenges, adds so much value to our experience and reduces the amount of time and energy that we end up wasting on negativity. So if there are any time wasters that you notice in your life that I've missed from this list, I want to know in the comments below. How do you combat it or replace it or reduce it? If you like this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, thank you for being here. Please subscribe for more. We talk about value-adding minimalist philosophies towards all areas of our life. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. It is Friday, so enjoy your weekend and go out there, be good, be great. Most of all, be grateful. Love you guys. I'll see you back here for Minimalist Monday. Ciao.